Yeah, hi there, and these comments, I'm going to use your initials right now. I'm taking a look at your essay right now. These comments are for S.A. And I just read your essay, so you have a general sense of organization. I mean, you know how to organize your ideas, but I mean, you just didn't take enough time. I mean, you only spent 31 minutes and 52 seconds writing this particular essay. I think you should have taken more time putting together your ideas. Right? So let's take a look at each paragraph. So in the beginning, you had your introduction, you have your thesis. You say walking with family, saving gas, making the neighborhood active places are 3 reasons that support having a theater in neighborhoods, right? So in your second paragraph, you say, can you imagine us walking from our houses to go watch a movie? Now, if you say watching or walking with family in that topic sentence, you want to make sure you include walking from our houses with our families to go watch a movie. So you want to make sure those topic sentences have a good connection back to your thesis. Now, your paragraph, a lot of your paragraphs, let's take a look at what we're doing with here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So you're looking at maybe 34, you're looking maybe between 40 and 50 words for most of your sentences. I would recommend you try to get between 50 and 100 words for each of your paragraphs, and that's going to show more development. So what you want to do is try to write closer to 350 words for this kind of writing task. Now if we take a look at what you did, let me do the word count on yours. Yeah, I think you need some more development. That's going to really help your writing, is to show that you can not just think of an idea, but you can develop it, and you can put a lot of examples and reasons in there to help illustrate your point. And also you're trying to demonstrate that you have a good combination of basic and advanced vocabulary and grammar, and you only wrote 206 words, so you're not really showcasing what you know. You're not showcasing enough of your writing in 206 words that really shows that you have a good command of the language. Right, so in your next essay, and when you do the final exam in this class, you definitely want to create better developed paragraphs. So in the second one, you say people spend a lot of gas when they're driving to a theater. And you talk about how a theater you'll decrease the amount of gas you have to use. So how much would that be in savings? So let's say that if you didn't have the theater near your neighborhood, you may have to drive 30 minutes into the city or some other city to watch the movie. So maybe you might have to use, 2 or 3 or 4 gallons of gas, maybe even more, to go see the movie. So you can save all of that money that you spent on gas by simply walking to the theater near your neighborhood. That's how you develop your paragraph number 3. Now, the last idea, you said having a theater in a neighborhood will make it active place. People will make little stores inside the theater to sell some stuff. Stuff. What does that mean? You got to be more specific. Are they going to sell popcorn, hot dogs, sodas, hamburgers? Are they going to sell tokens to video games? So you want to be a lot more specific in the language that you're actually using there. So I would strongly recommend, think about how you can develop and provide those examples for some of your generalizations. I think that would be very, very important for you right now. Now, in addition to not really developing your ideas enough, you also have some problems with your language use. There's no doubt about it, right? So let's take a look at each of the paragraphs, and I'll try to give you maybe some examples of what you could do that might create a little bit more polished writing. So in the first paragraph, you might say walking with family, saving gas, and then right after gas put and making the neighborhoods active places are 3 reasons You might say why I support having a theater in my neighborhood. That might be a suggestion that you can make there. All right, let's go to the second paragraph for a minute. You say, can you imagine us walking from our houses to go watch? I would say to go watch a movie, not to go watching a movie. So in that case, we usually use the gerund after the word go if it's a recreational activity. But we go skiing, we go fishing, we go swimming. But usually we'll say we go watch a movie. We don't really use the gerund after the word go when we're describing movies. In the second sentence you say, meanwhile, having all of your family in the theater without, I would say here, without the need to drive far away is going to be enjoyable. Okay, let's go to your third paragraph. Let's take a look at something you might do there. You say in the final sentence, you say, however, people will save more money. And however, I'm not sure. I think you might want to say therefore, because you're saying in the previous sentence, having a theater in every single neighborhood will, you say cut off. I'm going to say will decrease the amount of gas spent by drivers. That's how I would rewrite that again. Having a theater in every neighborhood will decrease the amount of gas spent by drivers. Then say, therefore, people will save more money to do other things with their family, maybe, comma, hence helping them to become more stable. That's how I would rewrite those two sentences. And then in your fourth paragraph, you say, having a theater in a neighborhood will make it, maybe here, an active place. And then people will make little stores inside. I'm going to say not little stores, but you might say vendors. Vendors is a better word than people. People is a general thing. A vendor is a person who sells things. So let's use more precise vocabulary. So vendors will make, how about vendors will sell, or inside the theater, vendors will sell popcorn, hot dogs, drinks, sodas, and even tokens to video games. Something along those lines, and that way that's going to be a little more specific. Okay, so now let's take a look at your score. Your score here, I'll be honest with you, it's not going to be that high. You got to have a lot more development. You have to eliminate those problems you're having with your vocabulary and your grammar. Frankly, you're limited. Your vocabulary and your grammar limitations are preventing you, I think, from fully expressing your ideas. So on this writing task, I'm going to give you 2.0 out of 5 or 14 points out of 30 on this particular task. Now, if you want to know what this means for your grade in our class, 2.0 is not passing. That's going to put you about 64 points out of 30 on this particular assignment. Anyway, thank you very much for completing the practice test. And to conclude this particular video, I want to go over just some basics of some lessons that you can focus on right now that's going to help you make improvements. Now, the first thing is, you have a good sense of somewhat of how to organize your ideas, but you're just having so many grammar and vocabulary limitations, you really need to focus a lot on that. So I would recommend right now vocabulary lesson number 3. Go through all the words in those chapters, go through the reading exercises, the matching, the listening exercises, all of that. That's going to be really, really beneficial to you. And secondly, I would also recommend take a look at my grammar lessons number 2, 3, 4, and also grammar lesson number 7. Especially number 7, probably spend maybe 1 to 3 hours a week going over the lessons in that particular area. I'd recommend that. And then also you can take a look at writing lessons number 1 and 2, and then writing lesson number 8. So I think if you go through those lessons and review that material, that will strengthen your vocabulary, your grammar, and your writing proficiency. You can become better, but it's going to take some time, all right? Anyway, thank you very much, and keep up the good work.